Hey Rakhi, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always so amazing to chat with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mansi.
How do you make sure that you're super efficient in the kitchen?
I know we are all blessed with a lot of help, in our kitchens. But it's very nice if you can get organized. So, like I'm saying, the black bean when we make, we don't want to have bottled sauces because of the preservatives, obviously, especially mums and kids. And if you want to make those kind of things, it's that you could start making those things from scratch with the black beans, give that a little toss. And these are all like achar. All Asian things, they need oil to preserve. Don't add all those ingredients like vinegar or anything like that. Especially, I would never use vinegar. I never use the vinegar because I think that's the first thing that affects you. I would avoid that kind of agent. Make it as neutral as possible. Season it less. Make your base. Oil acts as a preservative, and that can be stored in your fridge. So the minute you want to have these noodles, these chili oil ones which are trending now and the kids love it, then definitely these are things that can be made for your 15-day or 1 month into the fridge, and they'll be fine because it's the oil which acts as a preservative. So that's one thing for you to make some amazing meal plans. Paste and all can be done in advance also. Like even my Thai curry, we do everything from scratch. We don't actually get a market one. But those kind of things, if you want to preserve longer, you just slightly saute it in a little oil, and then that can go into a freezer. Now, to make it more efficient for the family, which most of the people don't understand in Indian homes, is you can't have such a big dabba, get it out, thaw it completely. And the way Indian houses would be, like they'll be opening the whole thing, and even though the protein comes and straight goes in a bowl of water. You never do that because you are actually removing all the flavor and the nutrients of the protein when you take the protein and put it in the water. What you're supposed to do is take that whole and put it in a bowl to thaw it, or use a system like a defrost in the microwave. What I like to do for my house is I make different containers, which are easy to get now. Plan how much your requirement is according to your family, and so you just remove that whole one thing out, thaw it, and use it. So that way, that can go longer for you.
Yeah, no, that's a brilliant suggestion. And I'd just like to add here that, what I typically do with sauces and chutneys and things, I always freeze it in ice trays, and then I'll just put those cubes separately. I know exactly, like if I need to remove 2 cubes of chutney, that's all I remove. So the chutney stays fresh for much, much longer.
A lot of people in London do only that, because they don't have help, right? They won't have our, Shamu Ramu and our Pushpa and, all those kind of help who actually do all that stuff for us, right? But see, we're blessed now, no? With the technology and the machines that we have, we can do so much more.
Yeah. Also, you mentioned about a lot of trends that, a lot of our kids want to try and explore and about social. And there's so much social influence in the way we're eating, right? हमने एक hack देखा कि जिसमें कुछ ऐसे they take the big crepe and they fold it into 4, and each section has a separate one. Tell me a few of the, trends that you've really liked on social, and you've tried it and you're like, I'm going to add this Chef Rakhee twist to it, or this one works, and some which you've really hated. And you're like, this doesn't work.
Most of the trends and hacks which I've seen, I like the trending stuff. I like how it looks nice, but I always feel I have to add a little touch of my own. I have to add.
I mean, this is because you are a chef, so it becomes easier for you. But tell me 4 or 5 trends which you think are really doable, workable, and people must try.
The chili oil thing is very doable. The Vietnamese spring rolls is very, very doable. And I feel you don't need to do exactly the same. You can actually put in whatever filling you have. So with the Vietnamese rolls, a lot of Indian audience doesn't have a flavor palette for it, right? I mean, you and I would like it, but there would be a majority of Indian audience would not like it, because they would like that nice spring roll, maida wala patti, which is fried or it's air fried. They would like that better.
Yeah.
So what this does is, with the coating, you're actually pan frying it like a gyoza. So that's again very palatable to the Indian audience. It's basically you're supposed to just add in more greens and more vegetables and more color display. The same thing with the children, since the mothers are there, then you know how there's a Nutella day coming in, you know, do it with the banana and Nutella instead, right? Because rather than doing the fried bread wala thing, do it in the rice paper rolls. Put in your bananas, put in your cinnamon sugar, put in, like, spread a little bit of Nutella, crisp it up. Yum, right? And then a dollop of ice cream and not the oil then.
Now that we have schools opening, okay, and the biggest nightmare is going to be, we're going to get back to dabba routines after 2 long years. And of course, we've all become very, food delivery savvy, right? So we want to order things faster than we want to make. How can the mom whip up something, or what are the changes that have happened in the snacking space, which are still healthy but are still delicious and will take very little time to whip up?
Same, just like that. The wraps and all are very, very easy to do, definitely. Weather's amazing. So again, the sweet and savory both can be done, which is really easy and faster. A lot of people, moms, are now doing a lot of puffing, and roasting at home. Again, they are easily available in the market, but I would not suggest, because then they are very high on sodium. So right. I know moms have this knack of doing everything on their own. Yeah. So that's something they can easily do, puff up. Like we yesterday did like a lovely class for California walnuts, and we ended up doing like millet salad. Very colorful, and we took millets in all form and regional stuff and all. So these kind of things, just make the food very colorful. The tiffin, see, when we are eating first, we eat with our eyes. Yeah. And that's what the children want. They need to hear something which is exciting. So always have a story. Tell them that, I'm going to be doing this for you today. What would you like? The same things how we have been taught on social media. Ask your audience what you want. Ask them what they would like. And I would say the same thing for the moms, that ask them what they want. And then I think you can create those things and just have to use more healthier options in general,
Right. Also, you mentioned different cooking techniques, right? You in between mentioned about the air fryer and whatever. Tell me some of the cool gadgets or techniques, whatever they fall under, which every household should have.
I feel it's a must to see. In Mumbai, spaces are an issue, right? But अगर आपके पास you have जगह है, तो मुझे क्या लगता है कि हर equipment का एक काम होता है, and if we can afford it and we have the resources, I feel we should have those. I love the air fryer, because since you brought it up, people are not aware that you can do just about anything in that. You can even do your tikkas in that, even though it's a marinated thing. Yeah. You can put it in a foil container. You can even do it, because nowadays the new ones are with the drip trays. Yeah. So even if it's a combination, just put a little spray down, put your tikka directly also, and you can do wonders. Only thing is, what people don't understand, how to use it. So what is the technology behind an air fryer? So it's a high heat like an oven would do, and a gush of fast air. So this air frying makes it work faster, which means if you were to do even your nuggets, like children love chicken nuggets, right? Now, a healthier version of doing the chicken nuggets would be is add a little oats, add a little nuts to your crumbing, So you're actually working a healthier version. Eggs are absolutely okay. Season them. It's okay to give them like a nice cheese sauce with that, but you could air fry them, and they come out wonderfully. Only thing you need to keep in mind is, because it has a fast technology, rapid air technology, you can't overcook it, otherwise then it gets rubbery and chewy. So you need to just work out your time.
Right. So Rakhee, the biggest struggle for a lot of moms is, one is the dabba, which we've kind of addressed. The second is a 4 p.m. snack, because that's the time for all of us. In fact, we always reach out for something like yummy, something nice, कुछ चटपटा, कुछ ये हो जाए, कुछ वो हो जाए, and that's the time कि हम लोग हमारे मतलब पूरा जो भी plan है दिन का, it just kind of goes haywire. What's your 4 p.m. reach out snack?
For me or for the child?
For the child.
Because for me it would be different. Yeah, I know. For us, I think it is a 6 p.m. that we really crave, right? 6 and 7 p.m. Yeah, that 4 p.m. is really tough because you need to get them. Most of these children are going into workouts. They're going in for tennis, for badminton. So for me, I would say, since my child has also been into sports, at that time, actually, you need to give them something which is little bit of carbs so that they can burn that out faster. It's a perfect time to give you, if you notice, our nutritionists would always tell us that, hey, when you're going to your gym, have what you want before, because then your metabolic rate is faster. Or if you've done it and then, so I would say with children at that point of time, give them the carbs that they need if they are those kinds. Only keep in mind the preparations, the ingredients that you're using, that really makes a lot of a difference. So quick bites, like a quick wrap, like a quick nuggets to be done. They, all moms want to give a fruit at that time. I would definitely give my child a fruit. Then again, if your child is into swimming and these kind of athletic things, and if you're giving a smoothie, and we all wanted our children to have anjeer or dates, which they never wanted to have, you definitely want to put it inside, because they're not going to eat it otherwise if you tell them to build up the iron. But snacks like these, idlis, like a nice, cheesy idli do your idli and put like a nice grate of your parmesan and some nice masala spice. People love Maggi a lot, right? So we've made a video of how you can make that masala at home. So just sprinkling that with your idli, little bit of butter or ghee. If you want clarified ghee, toss that, put a little bit of the masala, and then a little bit of grated cheese. The little cheese is fine for the child to have. So those kind of carbs, so that they know that they're going to burn that up. Portioning is important at that point of time. You want a portion. If you're going to give your child carrots and a yogurt dip at that time, I don't think they're going to love us so much.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, now we enter the rapid fire round. So you need to answer in just a word. Let's see how you fare. Which meal is the biggest struggle for you?
For me, the dinner.
3 ingredient swaps that work and can replace expensive ingredients.
Butter chicken ke liye, I would always use labne or hung curd. I wouldn't put the cream for sure.
3 products and brands you would recommend for someone who's starting off in the kitchen.
Very good pots and pans. Very important if you're just starting off. Then that's very important. Ingredients, like I said, you need a very good mixer grinder, a blender, because you're doing all your work into that. Probably a NutriBullet would be great, because you can do all in one, because you don't want to have too many things. I definitely love an air fryer, and I can't do without an oven, honestly.
An ingredient that is always in your pantry for days when you have unexpected guests.
I never do frozen food, so it's definitely something that I would stir up for sure myself. I mean, my fridge would be loaded with fresh ingredients, and I would just quickly make something out of whatever's there. Never frozen food. Doesn't work for me.
Ideas that a mom can make ahead of time and save.
Rice, so you have a lot of leftover rice and stuff. For me, that's what I would do. I would just do a quick, fried rice with everything that's possible. Even if you have leftover things, add in all your proteins, add in some egg, whatever tossed masala that you like, and then that can just become a meal by itself.
Your favorite one-pot meal?
No, it's not Maggi. It's a biryani. It's anything. It's like a Fukian rice, where you have your stewed vegetables and the stock flavoring and all going into. That's the one-pot meal. Weather's perfect. You've got your vegetables, you got your protein, you got your carbs. If someone loves noodles, then yeah. And the same thing can be done with any curry on top, So that one pot, perfect for me.
Okay. One go-to meal as a family.
Asian.
Okay. One meal you wish you didn't have to eat, but your kids love.
The eggs.
Okay. One meal your kids detest, but they ensure and you ensure that they eat.
So no, I don't eat Karela, and I don't force them also. But like I said, I love dalia. And that's what I did with my family is I would make a dalia ka upma, dalia ka pulao, dalia ka fried rice. I never told them to eat. I would sit on the table. Everything was cooked normally, and I would start eating mine. So it was the reverse psychology that worked.
Okay. If you got broccoli, could you tell us 3 things that you would make with them and the kids would love?
So we just did a winter nice warm and walnut and broccoli soup. In fact, if you want, we can share the recipe. We did it with a lovely walnut foam. We did a walnut and herb remoulade. We did a charred broccoli. That's one recipe to one, like a cafe style soup, again for mums who want to incorporate. So the starch in that came in from sweet potato. The second thing I would do is the lovely broccoli and mushroom dip. And then I would do a broccoli and cheese paratha for the little ones. They would love it.
Lovely. We're definitely incorporating that one. One productivity hack in the kitchen you would like to share?
Everyone loves the crispy fried onions, right? Too. Yeah. So again, do that in your oven or your air fryer, and automatically you're just eliminating a lot of hours of work as well as a lot of calories there.
Also, the 3 vegetables which have been sparingly used in parathas, but they taste amazing.
That broccoli is one. I even do a gajar and patta gobi ka paratha. Surprisingly, it tastes very, very nice. Mm-hmm. The third thing would be, so I do a jawar ka, thing. But again, jawar, because you feel it's very hard. What I do in this is I add my dudi, gajar, patta gobi, so that it lends to the moisture. So you'll end up having a nice and masale. So you'll end up having a very nice paratha.
Thank you. This has been an incredible chat. I'm as always excited to cook and so inspired, to now suddenly pack things in. After our conversation, I don't know why every time I speak to you, I just feel like, if she can, of course I know you are like a chef and all, but you give such easy, actionable things to do that I think anybody will be inspired to kind of cook and create. But really, thank you so much for doing this, and lovely chatting with you as always.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.